Welcome to Solar Arm Solutions. Today we're looking at a very interesting little pistol by Sig. It's called the model P239 SAS. SAS Sig Anti Snag. Basically what Anti Snag means is you have no sharp edges. Every single edge here has been rounded, so if this was to go into a pocket or into any kind of a jacket pocket, it could be pulled out without having to worry about anything snagging on it. It was specifically designed for law enforcement as an off-duty gun or a backup gun. Very, very low profile, and again, no sharp edges whatsoever. Now, basically, it's a P239. We have an 8-round magazine of 9mm ammunition. A basic SIG. We have decock, we have slide stop, and we also have the sub-lateral release lever. Now, we do have a bobbed hammer. But it's not totally bobbed to the point where you would still be able to grab it with your thumb to cock back if you so chose. Then you could decock. Now, it's a relatively compact pistol with the overall length of 6.6 inches. The slide is a one-piece solid stainless steel with a Nitron type finish on it. You do have Sig Light tritium night sights on there. If we go with any type of law enforcement gun or any kind of a carry gun, you would want to have some kind of a night sight on there. The frame is aluminum. It's hard coat anodized to a black finish. Now the trigger you have on here is double action, single action like your standard Sig. Your double action would be just around 10 pounds, and you have a 4.4 single action trigger pull. Now the weight is only 29.5 ounces, which is a relatively lightweight. A good steel slide, durable, reliable. You have good sights. It is flat, as you can see, flat for easy concealability. With any kind of a holster or even going just in a jacket pocket, it work out well as well. Now the P239 SAS assembles just like any SIG pistol. These are pretty much classic pistols. They all come apart the same way. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the magazine, 8-round 9mm magazine. Check to be sure we have no brass, no ammo. We're going to lock the slide to the rear. Now we're going to rotate downward on this sub-lateral release lever. And now the slide comes right off. We flip it over. Now you'll see we do have a flat spring. SIGs we're used to seeing the braided springs. What we're seeing here is a flat spring. Now flat springs in a lot of ways are better than braided springs or regular rocket wire due to the fact that they're flat. They have more bearing surface, so they tend to last a little bit longer. Then we have the barrel. You see we have our firing pin block. And as you see the machining on here, this is what you pay for with SIG. You pay for precision machining. Just a really professional looking gun. We look at the aluminum frame, and you have here your ejector. You have your arm for your firing pin safety right here, as well as your trigger bar in here. Decocker. So reassembly. Drop the barrel in place. Switch to recoil spring. And there you have it. Now, we wanted to see what the velocities you would get out of this little 3.6-inch barrel here. So we broke out with our lab radar. And what we got was with the SIG 124 grain full metal jacket, 1159 feet per second. And with the SIG 124 grain jacketed hollow point, we got 1,131 feet per second. So you're still getting some pretty good velocity even out of this shorter barrel. Now, SIG also does have some ammunition that's made specifically for shorter barrels as well. It's called the P365 ammunition, if I recall. I don't have any of that. I haven't really tested that out yet, but that's something that should be on the list coming up. Now, this particular pistol came from a police trade-in. These were issued to some police departments as backup pistols, also for non-uniformed officers as well. The MSRP was $858. Now, the used prices are much, much cheaper. These are still in production in various calibers. I believe you can get them in 3. You can still get them in 9mm. You can get them in 3.7 SIG, and you can get them in 40 S&W. The ammunition that we used on here was the SIG ammunition. We also used the 124 grain Match Elite full metal jacket, the 147 grain Match Elite. Again, when I test SIG products, I like to use the SIG ammunition too, because I like to be able to show that SIG has their own, if you would call their own weapon system, which would consist of ammunition as well as the firearm, and in some cases also optics. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take this out to range. We're going to put a few rounds through it. We're going to see how it shoots. like you would expect with any SIG, no malfunctions whatsoever. Combat accuracy was more than suffice. SIG pistols are known to be able to take any kind of ammunition you can put in them. And in this case, we just used these two particular ones here. But with SIG pistols in the past, I've put pretty much you name it through it, and I've never really had any issues with SIG pistols whatsoever. They are a combat grade, military grade type pistol. You get what you pay for in this case. For an MSRP of $858, you figure all the work that has to go into these things to get all these edges gone. So it is completely snag free. There's a lot of polishing that goes on for something like this. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, even better, share.